Hey, what is going on, Karasuno family? My name is Mike, and welcome back to another Karasuno TV episode. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are continuing with Violet Evergarden with episode 4, and I'm extremely excited for this episode. You know, not necessarily for the content of the episode, although I am, but I'm excited because this is the last episode that I saw when I originally watched the show way back when it first aired. So, like I've mentioned multiple times, right, I did, watch the first 4 episodes. It was, right when it aired in Japan. Wasn't even when it came over to the U.S. on Netflix. So I watched it really early on and didn't really pay attention much. So it didn't really hit me. And a lot of the stuff I'm going in is like, it's like pseudo blind. Like, I remember some big events. Like I know, for instance, that Violet travels to like the countryside in this episode, but I forget exactly what happens. I remembered last time she went to school, that sort of thing. So, but I'm excited because this is the last one that I'm going to remember any like little parts from. So starting next episode is going to be fully blind. Very excited for that, but very excited for this episode because, like I said, what I remember is Violet's traveling to some sort of countryside. She's traveling somewhere, and I think she's going there to do a job or something like that. I don't really remember, but I'm looking forward to a great episode, guys. If you've been enjoying the Violet Evergarden watch, make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. Really, it helps me out a lot. Helps you stay up to date with all the latest content. And then check the description as well for Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon, especially if you're enjoying this series, because I drop the reactions for Violet Evergarden and One Piece, the 2 non-seasonal shows. They go out a week early on Patreon, so you want to check that out. You also want to check it out because it's going to have the full uncut, full video, full audio reactions, and that's really a great time. So check that out, guys. And then join the Karasuno TV Discord as well. Come join, come chat it up with us. Interact, engage, talk about Violet Evergarden or just any anime that's coming up or that has aired, guys. It's a great time. So just come engage with the community. But as always, thank you for your support, guys. Thank you for watching, and let's get into the episode. This is going to be Violet Evergarden season 1, episode 4. Let's fly, Chris. Oh, okay. A request coming in for Iris. Oh, from her hometown too. Oh, you know what? It's probably going to be somebody she knows. Watch. Sarah Florent. Okay, interesting. She doesn't even know her. Wow, I mean, my prediction was going to be that Iris would have known her. But it's definitely somebody from her town, so something's going to be up. Violet. Oh, Iris is falling. Is Violet gonna save her? Oh, we cut to the opening. I already reacted to it, so now I don't have to skip it, guys. Unfortunately, we're skipping it in the video on YouTube, but I'm gonna enjoy this. Amazing, amazing opening. Every time you listen to it, such a beautiful song. But you know what that opening made me realize? I forgot the tissues again, so this episode might go south. But let's see. Oh my lord! Did she hurt her arm? And Violet's yeah. So I knew Violet was going, so I guess it wasn't an assignment for Violet. That's what I was thinking. It was going to be a Violet assignment. That's what I had remembered. Iris is getting a little, she's taking offense to it. Oh, but she's... But Violet's unintentionally, making it, actually complimenting the place. But wow, that's heartbreaking. Now Iris can't type. But I guess she's still writing the letter, right? And Violet's just typing? Violet, wow. Iris was feeling bad. But, it really wasn't her fault. Like, and Violet's just... She doesn't understand, the emotion that Iris is trying to portray to her. Or get across to her. Oh, I mean, I tell you what, that blank face that Violet puts on, it always kills me. Ooh, I love the little effect they add, the heat haze. You could really feel how warm it is, how hot it is there, how humid, exactly, like Iris is saying. Just from that little effect that they add. Iris, this trip is not going well for her yet. Oh, look, she gets a little greeting too. The whole family's out. Oh, look, and there's the big briefcase that Violet has in the opening. Oh, Violet's shooting her down. Violet's calling her out. Oh, you know what? You know what? She probably tells her family to make them proud that she's the star. Oh, look at the bow that she's doing. She really is like a doll, huh? Oh, wow. I just gotta chill up my spine. Oh my lord. What a scene. Look at everyone's, like, look at the awe on their faces. Their jaws like hit the floor. Everyone really thinks she's an actual doll. You know, the way that she's dressed, the way that she's, you know, presenting herself. Wow. Oh, and look, the mother seems to have taken interest. You know, Violet caught her eye somewhat. Oh, it was a disguise. I knew it was something suspicious. It was Violet. Iris was about to snap on her mother too. But Violet's running away, so Iris is going to be the one to, like, you know, bring her back in. Let me pause real quick and just break that down, because that's a really great scene there. So normally what would have happened, you know, how it would have played out is, you know, Iris, if Violet's not there, Iris gets into the feud with the mother, and what could have ended up being a nice little reunion, because clearly Iris doesn't come back often, which is why the mother had to, you know, go through this secondhand means of inviting her, you know, back to her hometown, you know, requesting her. Iris feels a little bit betrayed because it's not an actual request, which is what she's wanted for so long, because Catellia, right? The best doll at, you know, Colonel Hughes's company gets all the requests, and Iris sort of wants, you know, she wants some requests too, just like, you know, the other dolls. So she feels a little bit betrayed that it wasn't a legitimate request. And like I said, what would have normally happened was they would have had like a little feud, things would have broken apart, you know, the reunion would have been ruined, and they probably would have parted ways. But now, because Violet stepped in, she has her blunt response, starts walking away. Iris is reeling her in, and then, you know, it's a backhanded way of, like, mending what could have been a poor situation. So Violet, you know, her bluntness and her being straight to the point, and it has, you know, I would say, I would call it repercussions, but it's not. It has, like, you know, good consequences, I guess, you know, that she doesn't even foresee, or anybody. You know, it ended up making this situation, which could have gone poorly, it's probably going to go well, and things are going to, you know, like, it seems like they're starting the request, so. An invitation to her birthday party? Oh, whoa. So the mother hired the memory doll, the auto memory dolls, to write an invitation letter for Iris's birthday. So it's a big, this really is there's a lot of planning went into this by the mother. She invited the memory dolls, you know, Iris. So now Iris is there. Iris is home. She could be home for a birthday party, and Iris is writing the letter, you know, the invitation. That's great. This is a really great setup. Oh, it's gonna, yeah, look, it catches everyone off guard, of course. That's the expression we always say. Iris is probably a little bummed out because all the focus is on Violet right now. Oh, so they're trying to set her up for marriage. Is that probably what the little, like... That's probably the ulterior, the alternative motive of the mother. Oh, and she wants her to quit the doll job, too. Oh. So clearly not a great relationship between Iris and her parents. Or at least the mother. Violet's just agreeing, really not helping Iris out in this situation at all. Oh, so one name in particular caught her eye on that list. Amon Snow? Don't send one to him. Okay. Violet's not breaking these rules. Damn, I mean Violet's putting it right to her. I wonder if it's actually going to get sent out. Did Violet actually, you know, go against the orders? Oh, look at that. Wow. And Violet, she's just such a pure, like, great character. Like, you know, she's taking in this view, this wonderful, beautiful view, and saying that is part of their hospitality. What a great character she is. Oh, look at Iris. I like the outfit. She has the injured arm still, too. Yeah, this is the mother, right? She's going to shoo her over to the men. I knew it. So they have disagreements in the role that she should serve. Oh, Amon's still coming. This guy, Amon Snow. Ooh, happy birthday, Iris. Something happened between these two, right? She went to confirm with the mother, Violet. She's such a rule follower. Oh, but I mean, clearly, you know, this is causing a lot of distress for Iris. I don't remember why, because like I said, I did see this episode. Does it have something to do with, like, you know, prior like, you know, boyfriend? Did they had a prior fling together, maybe? Yeah, I told you, Violet was not going to go against, you know, go against her orders. Oh, wow, he rejected her, right. That's what I thought. It had something to do with... She just reworded it. Poor Iris. Oh, poor Iris. Wow, I mean, you know, that animation looked great. I mean, not, you know, it's a sad scene, but still, the animation of Iris dropping to the ground onto her knees and collapsing onto her rear looked really good. Very well animated. Very believable. It really is too funny how Violet just doesn't hold back any words. But I mean, you know, that's how you get things done. That's how you communicate in this world, you know? You have to let out raw emotion. You can't hide it. Yeah, exactly. The mother doesn't know the right words to say here. She's still talking about, you know, like marrying her off to a boy. Oh, Violet. Violet was just looking out for her. Oh, now she's tossing an insult at her. Come on. Look at the sad. Look at that sad expression from Violet. Come on, Iris. Oh yeah, because Violet can't she can only tell like at a surface level what kind of emotions that a person's expressing, right? So like if like she said, if they're contradicting themselves or if they're lying, it's very hard for her to interpret that, because you have to interpret it at like a whole nother level. It's not just what you see. You gotta, dig deeper, which she's not at that. She's not even at the level of interpreting, what she sees right in front of her yet. Oh, Violet perked up because she realized she could relate a little bit. Oh, look, her hair's a little bit longer in the flashback. Interesting. Maybe she changed her appearance after the rejection. Oh, I love you. This is big for Violet. This is big. Hearing this story could help her, unfold, and uncover exactly what it means. Oh, my lord. That's brutal. I mean, it's terrible, but at least he was honest, guys. At least he was honest and not dragging her along. And, prevented her from doing what she wanted to do, I guess, going to be a doll. If he would have dragged her along, she would never have moved into the city. So she's learning the first bit about I love you. For the Major. Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure he worked up. I mean, seeing as it was probably his last words. Oh, the music. Oh. Yeah. Iris finally got a little bit. She got a little bit about Violet here. Uh-huh. Look, she's like, look at that wonder and awe in her eyes here. Mm-hmm. Iris finally understands. Wow. Powerful moment there. Ah, that was really powerful. But I mean, great on Violet. She gets her first little bit, her first step towards understanding it. Oh wait, Violet's writing a letter? Make sure it's polite. And she asks right about Eamon. Violet. Oh, I mean, Violet's doing well. She's really growing as an auto memory doll. She's asking the right questions. Wow, that's something that Violet in episode 1 would not have said, or episode 2. She's, like I said, she's really growing. Oh, look, there's a letter. I wonder if they're gonna leave. Is it gonna be like a? So Iris realizes, she realizes that they did this, out of the good for her. There and all these feelings that the mother is expressing, trying to marry her off. It's all exactly. It's all for her benefit. It's all for her good. They have her good in their heart. They want to see their daughter, have a good life. Oh, she's typing too. Or Cass. Oh wait, no, that was. This was a flashback. Never mind. Violet's typing the letter. Oh, wow, she expresses the love at the end there. This is very, very well-worded letter, though, from Violet. And she steps in the puddle again on the way out. So, another successful letter by Violet. Violet's charging her. Oh, yeah, and it probably is expensive, too. Violet. What are those? Look at those flowers. Nice. Happy birthday. Oh yeah, it is her birthday. Yeah, at the end, the moral of the story, she does realize her parents do love and care for her. That's great. Look at the detail on those flowers. I love it. No, she probably can't yet. Oh, she gets a little bit of praise too. Ah, she's happy now. Because the first letter she didn't get to see. The emotions come through. She didn't get this, you know, she wasn't sure. But now this one, she gets the feedback. Oh, Violet, she's probably so happy. Oh, they're irises? Oh, wow, look how beautiful. Look at all the flowers. Oh, look at the bee crawling in it. The music. Amazing scene. Look at the reflection, too. Oh, she's remembering her. She's remembering she got her name. Oh, every time Mary Jo Gilbert comes on screen, I can't take it. Oh, look how young she is there, too. Oh, don't tell me she got named after a flower, too. Oh, no way. Look at this, you know, the soft, gentle face of Gilbert. What a good guy. Oh, he sees the Violet and names her Violet. Wow. Look at the Violet just swaying in the wind there. Oh, wow. Oh, ladies and gentlemen of the Karasuno family, that is Violet Evergarden episode 4 done. Wow, you know, every episode just surprises me with the amount of emotion that it could, you know, evoke from me. And even though I haven't gotten as bad as episode 1, it's still, every episode hits like an emotional beat, and it really is just so amazing so far. Every time the Major gets on screen, I can't help it. You know, yeah, I really start to get teary-eyed. So, we're now a third of the way through the show, right? Because it's a 12-episode show. So, and so far so good. And like I said, I'm now extremely happy that I've gotten through episode 4 because, you know, it's now full blind from here on. And like, I just want to assure everyone, I you know, from what I've seen so far, episodes 1 through 4, it was almost like fully blind because it's been so long since I watched it. I really didn't pay attention, you know, as bad as that sounds. That, you know, this was like, I'd say almost 80% blind. You know, there was very few things that I actually remembered. So, and I was very happy. You know, I came into this, I was like, you know, I hope I don't remember too much because I want it to be a good reaction. And, you know, from what I've seen from you know, the reactions that I've done from 1 to 4, I'm very happy with how it went down. So, going to be full blind from here on, but really liked what we got this episode. We, you know, Violet gets her, you know, her first feedback, you know, her first positive feedback. She gets to see that, you know, she gets to correlate in her mind a good letter, you know, with a good response, you know. So this is a really big step, and it's also another big step too. You know, towards her finding out what I love you means because of the experience that Iris had and their conversation that they had. Really a huge step in the right direction for Violet. I really like this episode. I really like the little backstory that we dove into with Iris, because although I think Violet is the strongest part of the show, of course, you know, being the main character and all, you know, the supporting cast is equally as, well, not equally, but they're still very strong characters. And, you know, we could tell by this episode, you know, this, you know, complex backstory that Iris has with her family, this relationship that she has with her mother, and the, you know, the people from her village, the reasons for moving away. So really just, this played out phenomenally. And they did this in the span of 1 episode too, which is another really, really great feat. So, fantastic 4th episode. And I'm just so super excited to continue on with the rest of the show. You know, being fully blind, I don't know how it's going to play out. And then hopefully, you know, by the time I get to episode 12, yeah, hopefully, you know, it's probably going to be, because I do 2 episodes a week. Let's see, 4. So it's probably going to be about a month from when I'm recording this one until I finish it. So hopefully they'll at least, because I know that the Violet Evergarden movie just came out in Japan about a month ago, maybe a couple weeks. So hopefully in a month, when I'm done with the show, they at least have an announcement of when it's going to release, you know, a home release or a theatrical release, you know, in the United States. So I hope it gets localized soon. But guys, you know, it's such a great show. I'm really, really loving it. Thank you guys so much for recommending it and for voting on it in the poll, you know, for the non-seasonal show that you guys chose. So, you know, if you're new here, guys, and you haven't been keeping up, or you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the Violet all of the Violet Evergarden reactions, and all the other reactions that I have on the channel, because there is plenty, of course. Check the description for the socials: Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. Patreon is huge too, especially for Violet Evergarden. We have full uncut, full video, full audio reactions on there, and early access to Violet Evergarden and the other non-seasonal show, One Piece. They go up a week earlier than they do on YouTube, so check that out. And then join the Karasuno TV Discord. Come, rant and rave over your favorite shows. Let's just chat. Chat with me. I'm always in there chatting. And just come in and have a good time, engage with the community. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all your support. It really means the world to me, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.